Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of DS Irae. So this episode is going to be kinda quick and who knows, maybe also kinda short, because I'm kinda late in recording this. Sorry, it's going to be a late episode, but it should be on schedule. And yeah, I just hope I will be able to actually record it and upload without problems and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, let's just go to the episode. Apparently, Murray Road as one of the roads that is going to explain stuff to me. So my microphone is a bit too loud, I believe. It's apparently Murray Road is 60% of explanations about what is happening, and Irae Road is 20%. And I really do hope I will not get any spoilers about this, because apparently it's going to ruin everything. So yeah. Yeah, just be careful in the comments and do not spoil me. I might not realize that you spoil me as well. Who knows? I cannot control comment section. If I see something, well, I see something, but I really hope that you will not do this to me. So yeah, anyway, let's just go to the episode and leave up a like if you like the episode, comments if you are want to comment about something, and yeah, let's just go. In an introspection, in a calm inspection of his own many negatives, Mercurius found his taste for jests to be the one that stood out the most. Next came his needless verbosity. With his nature being that of an inconsiderate man, he was severely unequipped to speak the necessary words at the necessary time, in the necessary amounts. Okay? He acknowledged that fact. In fact, he was doing it right now. The meaning of the deluge of letters he had just spouted forth could easily be boiled down to the simple and meager four-word sentence of "I talk too much." Okay. Okay. He really likes to talk a lot, huh? He was a wordsmith. It refined the complicated and reforged the straightforward into the complex. This is how he preferred to perceive and present his thoughts. It was small wonder those environing him would consider him vexing. That was what it meant to speak in jest. As the roundabout phrases, he spun and waved played with his diverse audiences and filled them with displeasure, curiosity, or apathy. He developed a habit of looking deep into his own makings and workings. The heart of it lay in the fact that he saw little value in mutual understanding and effective rely on intention. And Io? I think Io. And Io? There it came again. All he spoke just then could be summarized up to nothing more than a simple "I only speak what I want to say," nothing more and nothing less. Yet, even he encountered moments when he wished someone to understand him, to share in his vision and walk towards it hand in hand. Maybe that's why he's together with Reinhardt and trying to explain Reinhardt what's the for knowledge is, because early. I think it was in Casimir when we first time saw Mercurius and Reinhardt in this other dimension. Sorry about that. Reinhardt was yeah, show me what is the foreknowledge and stuff. Though he led a long and sloppy life, such moments only amounted to a mere two. Okay. Whatever or not, this event was one worthy of the commemoration remained to be seen. Yet there it was, the moment that began it all. Okay, there's Mari. Yeah, so just as we expected, Mercurius actually had feelings for her. So why you are giving her to Ren? Why he's your substitute? Why you need to create a Ren that loves Mari, or at least acknowledges her? These are my questions. What's the deal with Mari? Why her soul is so strong? It's just a single soul. A man so roundabout, so euphemistic. He, who hardly ever expected comprehensions from another, why, then, did his lips breathe life to the most direct, simple and plain words that left no room for misinterpretation? He knew the reason, and he knew it well. He was simply nervous. Nervous with fear, nervous with envy, or perhaps even with searing hatred. Also, I was wrong about this, so thank you for clarification. That Mari body is not inside Reinhardt Castle, it's like in some other place. Yeah, if I remember now the previous road, yeah, like Kasumi and Shiro like entered some space in like Mercurius back or something, and she was there. So yeah, it's not inside the Reinhardt Castle, because whatever is inside Reinhardt Castle belongs to him. Now, that brings the question. Mari is now together with Reinhardt in his castle. Does it mean she belongs to him right now? Does Reinhardt have control over her soul? I wonder. He wished the maiden to acknowledge him. He wished to avoid the cruelty of being regarded as a worthless existence best left ignored. And that is why his words were stripped of their decor and left to freeze in the cold, leaving them unsightly, unpresentable and unfitting, especially for the purpose of courting a lady. There was no denying that he had acted like a youth, slightly wet behind the ears, ignoring the question of whenever he actually lived through a period that could be described as youth. This was the only time, the only moment, when he could be equated to an inexperienced young boy at the apex of his greenery. Yeah, how old are you really, Mercurius? We suspect you to be like very old, like since like 1786 or whatever that date was, like the Cagliostro thing and like execution of Mari. So he probably loved her even like then. And also Mercurius is probably older than that, because if Mari is here, and we had this backstory with like Cagliostro and maybe not backstory, like flashbacks, Ren, like memory dream thing. So I think like maybe because this is a part where like Mercurius is saying to her that he loves her. So he probably kept hidden his, feelings towards her this whole time when he was Cagliostro. So he knew her before the time. No, wait. Okay, that would be also the same year. It could be like maybe 5 years, 3 years more. Yeah, I just wanted to say that he knows her like from before, like she got executed basically. Yeah. But this is like pretty much self-explanatory when you think that he's Cagliostro, and Cagliostro was in the time when she was around, so yeah, okay. Never mind. It's just my brain just like... Yeah, sorry. Got distracted. The only moment when he felt embarrassed about the words that escaped him. Even now he had trouble believing it, but his burst of passion felt so fierce that left him unable to discern whatever he experienced was a foreknowledge or something entirely alien. The comedy of it was transparent, despite ambiguity existing as his natural side of being. The very first time he displayed certainty, he became in existence even more ambiguous than before. Such was the story of his bittersweet blunder. He wished for him to share his love for her. Why? Why you wish for Ren to share Your love with Mari. What's the deal? Is it because Ren does not have foreknowledge? Is it because he wants to like experience like what is true love without knowing foreknowledge or something? Can like Ren like it's like, you know, like Mercurius cannot have it, right? Cannot have like pure love without like foreknowledge. And he created Ren as his replacement to love Mari. So he can experience this love for him, you know, like in his place, without being like cursed with the foreknowledge and eternal life, basically. Because, well, seems like he's like he have like eternal life or something. Because, well, since Cagliostro time, well, he does not look old. And he even said that he don't even know if he even passed the youth. So who the hell know how old this guy is, really? But yeah, does it make sense what I just said? Like, he just created Ren to experience love in his place for Mari, because he himself cannot experience that in the purest form. But it's still like... Okay, let's just read. Oh, and she just not recognize him? What the... Okay. Oh, because yeah. So when he was Cagliostro, like I said, like he probably never told her. I think this is the first time when he's telling her his like feelings, and she never knew. He kept like you know, he was like stalking her basically, right? And it was like, oh, I wish like she would like recognize me and stuff like this, you know, and realize that I like her, things like this, right? And he never like made a move, and that's why she's like not recognizing him now. And as we know, he can like reconstruct souls and people, so he basically looked her die in the guillotine, and then he used his like magic thing craft to like bring her back into like this like realm or something. Yeah. And Fuji, Zarathustra, or perhaps a kinder gesture. You are my third, so let me be straightforward for the first time ever. So Ren is the third Zarathustra. We know there was one Zarathustra before. There was like a scene with Machina, I believe. It was in the time when we had speech with Machina. They mentioned Zarathustra from before. So we know there was at least like one more. So it's actually three. Okay. Actually, it's also third road. That's funny. I will now speak my will. For I want you to share my love from the first moment, and my fellowship from the second. I want you to share my love from the first moment, fellowship from the second. Okay. You're my... Margherito Bruglio. Okay. I don't know why, but like this, like the way he says her like surname, it sounds like Bria, like third degree.
あなたの所有物であり、あなたの力であり、あなたの分身としてあなたを救い、あなたのおかげで幸せを得るあなたの傀儡だ。
Okay.
私はそのために生まれた。
Huh. Oh, we is flashing back to Ren? Go on. Awaken and open your eyes. This is something to be joyous about, is it not? My second went and broke my first, for the sake of my third, yourself. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. My second... So we have three Zarathustra. Second Zarathustra broke the first Zarathustra, which was probably someone that they mentioned in Machina scene. And that made third Zarathustra better. Wait, so Ren is third one. Okay, okay. Let's just read. Maybe, okay. Oh, how blessed I am to have such a loyal friend, such a fine lady, and an excellent ex. What do you mean, excellent ex? Mercurius, you're vague as ever. You all feel me, with an urge to boast. Cadesius shall not be cut, severed or torn apart. I have no idea what the Cadesius means. Entangle yourself once more, with greater power and intensity than ever before. Take a step towards your own completion. Shed your skin and be reborn. My dear substitute, my son. Yeah, okay. So he's calling his substitute Ren his Agnerbere son, okay? I mean, why not? Like, he's basically created from Mercurius, so yeah, sure. I think like he mentioned him as being like his son in the previous road anyway, right? Yeah, I think that was mentioned as well. I mean, this makes sense, like he was created from by Mercurius, so it's not like he's like literally his son. Okay, why the fuck we are in like some... Why we are inside of like some kind of like cell? Who are we following? That's the beginning of the game. It's way different from what it used to be. I mean, okay, it's not the beginning. It's like already Murray Road. Okay. Maybe it's inside the castle? Cold. Is that Murray perspective? That was the first sensation to greet me as I awoke. Then I became aware of the darkness enveloping my vision. This is Ren, right? Because Mercurius said like awaken, open eyes. My eyes had been open without me realizing it. I blinked a number of times to fix their focus and then get them accustomed to the lack of light. It was dark, but not pitch black. Also, how is the Rhea Road if Mercurius' plan and he's Mercurius wants Ren to be together with Mari, like to acknowledge her. So if he acknowledges Mari and they actually get like a good relation, then why we have Rhea Road? Like Mercurius will like finalize his plan, right? In Mari Road, it seems, if like Ren will actually like go with Mari. Unless he will not go with Mari, then like it's still... But he should, because it's Mari Road. No, okay. Yeah, it's Ren, okay. Where the hell are we? Last time he escaped... He was on the bridge. They escaped on the bridge. I tried to get up, but the pain plunging every inch of my body made it hard to breathe, let alone move. It was probably nothing more than the haze of being freshly awoken, so I simply clenched my teeth and let it fade away. I wasn't even trying to be quiet. The pain was just so intense. That all I could master were silent moans. And during the agony, I explored my memories. What was this place? Why was I here? Yeah. Reinhardt just shattered the blade. Wait, why was I even alive? That is also a good point if you think about this, because... Yeah, I didn't thought about this actually. I was concerned about... I don't know if I talked about this actually in the previous episode. Did I? Because I was like concerned about like Bay not getting hurt when his like Agnerbere got destroyed, right? Like his stakes. But you've let me know and clarified to me in the comments that it's like he's like shooting, like he's like it's like his weapon, it's like not his direct Agnerbere, so destroying his stakes doesn't like mean like really much. It's not like going to hurt Bay. But Mari, like Ren is like fusion type. And he's also the transcendent type. So Mari is pretty much fused with his hands, so his hand is Agnerbere. His blade, Mari, is Agnerbere. So when she got shattered, why Ren didn't like got any damage? My only idea for this is because the only soul inside the blade is Mari, and what happened was blade shattered, but Mari's soul got intact. Like Reinhardt basically extracted Mari from the blade and like captured her. That's why Ren is not hurt, because technically his Agnerbere is fine. Like his soul of his Agnerbere, right? Damage to Agnerbere was an injury to the body. Okay, yeah, he had the same concerns. A wound to the soul produced feedback that went straight to the flesh. I saw it happen when I killed Spina. My weapon was completely shattered into pretty little pieces. There was no way I could be alive. Yeah, but Mari's soul is fine. With the freshest of my memories flooding back into my head, I found myself in a state of confusion. Crap, I had to calm down. The condition of my body was more important. First and foremost, I didn't die. Far from shipshape, but there was no doubt that I was alive. The pain was the greatest proof of that. Even a slight move to get a grasp of my own posture made my entire body creak. What was with my posture anyway? I raised my chin and took a deep breath, like a carp nibbling on some feed floating on the water surface. Needless to say, it hurt like hell, but breathing with my head hanging down would be too arduous a task. The case of the stench of iron in the air I bathed in was probably my own blood. The blood in my mouth, throat and deep within my nasal canal. The more I focused on my injuries, the more of it I started to taste. Okay, I think I just don't remember, like, it's been a while since I recorded, okay? Like, it's been like a week or something, I think. I don't know. I'm sure, like... Okay, I was sure, like, he escaped the breach? But maybe he didn't, so he's captured by Trifa and everyone? And he actually got injured by Agnerbere, but he's not dead? Okay, I'm just like forwarding obvious stuff, sorry. I should remember that. I should record more. I will probably record more of this era this week. Like during weekends. And the cold air flowing through my lungs brought a pleasant chill to my whole body. The heat, it thought, was proof of the severity of my injuries. The sensation of being heavily injured, a feeling became all too familiar as of late. Shit. The first time was when that dumbass Shiro went and... Stop, get a grip. My mind was all over the place, a clear evidence of my unstable consciousness. I probably didn't get a good night's sleep. I likely went on and off between being awake and sleep due to the overwhelming pain. Honestly, I still had trouble keeping myself from fainting. The meager sound out of my mouth greatly lessened my pain. This is like... They definitely captured him, right? He's like in the LDO, like, you know... He's like under the chapel, basically. It increased again when I tried to breathe in a larger amount of air. I realized that the movement of my ribcage was constricted, and that helped me to get a better grasp of my situation. I was constrained. My back behind my legs were against something cold and hard, probably a stony wall and floor. Fitting through the pain, and tried moving my arms and realized that they were bound right above my head. The hard metallic sound was probably made by chains. And finally, I got a full grasp of my situation. Basically, the bastards locked me up. Yeah, so he did not escape. That was like my misremembering stuff. Because I remembered, like, you know, twice in the row, in the previous roads, he escaped with, like, Shiro on the motorcycle, right? Yeah, but I guess, like, we're dealing with Reinhardt here, so, yeah. Also, about Reinhardt, thank you as well for clarifying to me that it was, like, actually never stated that Reinhardt needs 7 things to be opened, to be like bug. It just happened in the like previous road that Trifa gave up his body. I mean, like he died, so body was free, and Reinhardt decided, you know what? Yeah, that's a good time to like come back, and he was like not in full strength. So basically, Reinhardt on bridge was just like that. Like he decided, hey, you know what? I will just manifest. It's going to be like, I don't know, like less than quarter of my strength, but who cares? I'm at strongest anyway. So he can just like come back anyway, and any time. My teeth were still clenched, and the small breaths I inhale made weird sounds squeeze out through the spaces. They weren't pleasant to listen to, but I was thankful for any sensation that wasn't pain, anything to help me stay conscious. I couldn't take deep breaths because the constraints made my whole body heavy. It was like the time my ribcage was cracked. The simple act of breathing made my chest ache. And if you think like if he's like actually captured by LDO, he's like in like you know, shackled in like cell and everything. There was like Tripa, Sakurai, Ebay, and Rusauka. I have a feeling like Rusauka might like this place. Are we going to see Rusauka here? Or we're going to see Trifa? I think it's going to be Trifa. Actually, he's bleeding and stuff, so maybe Bay just beat him up. Maybe it's Bay and Rusauka. I said something. The pain lessened, allowing me to utter something understandable. Before I knew it, I was staring daggers at the darkness. I couldn't stop myself from throwing in anger. Anger at my own stupidity. I couldn't see through Valeria Trifa. In hindsight, it was so easy to figure out his true nature. His priestly smile, with all its gentleness, it was clearly a smile brimmed with affection. Affection no one would feel for a puppy or kitten playing next to the road. It was either the leniency of a higher being looking down on a worthless little animal, or the whimsically of a mammal. Certain things felt off. Despite being humorous godfather, his age hardly matched his looks. Then there was this overwhelming power behind his presence. However, every time I felt something wrong about him, I wasn't able to let my doubts overtake me. I disregarded them as ridiculous, and it wasn't because of his cassock, nor the lightness of his words or that smile. I just wished that it was the way I wanted it to be. I put a filter over my vision to make me see only what I wanted to see. I got screwed over because I wanted to get screwed over. If only I had realized it a bit earlier, maybe then things wouldn't have turned out this way and... No, stop that. Though like, that was completely thoughts like that were completely meaningless. I breathed in some air, just so I could sigh. In the pain that ran through my body made my emotions clear. The priest might try to fool me, but the one that had succeeded in fooling anyone was my own self. Oh yeah, okay, makes sense. I felt pathetic, but the anger that came along with that was several times greater. Self-loathing didn't even begin to describe it. The pain didn't even feel like a punishment. I ignored reality by stupidly hoping that the worst case scenario could never actually happen. I constantly had suspicions whispering in the back of my mind, but I don't acknowledge them. Why? Because I don't want to. Valeria Trifa was a divine vessel. And of course, once I accepted and followed that fact, it was obvious that Sister Liz and Humuro weren't unrelated either. Yeah, it's just like Cascade. I wonder how Father Trifa actually viewed me. The more I kept thinking about him, the more hints emerged. Maybe he thought I was foolish enough that deceiving me would be pointless. Perhaps he never even tried. The idea made me exhale a sluggish sigh. The pain in my ribs and back still remained. I could almost feel my suicidal thoughts escape through the space between my teeth. Good riddance. There were way too thick to give room to any other thoughts. So this road we are following Ren without teeth, basically, because he cannot regrow his teeth. If I wanted to crack my skull open against my rock, I was in no state to do it. Is it lighter? Wait, the room is lighter now, and there's blood on the door. I just realized. Huh. Okay. I mean, it's a red paint, actually. Yeah, it's paint. It's paint. With my eyes now accustomed to the darkness, I glanced around. I was all alone in an unlit room. Just to be sure, I stopped breathing for a moment, but heard nothing and no one, even in complete silence. Right then, my next course of action would be to escape, obviously, no doubt about that. The fact they locked me up meant that they had no current plans to kill me, but it didn't change the fact I was still in great danger. Yeah, but the thing is, how do you escape? Like, you have no weapon. I doubt you even have, like, your superhuman abilities at this point. Maybe you do, because you're Mercurius, like, Agner Beret and stuff. Yeah, like, you are, like, protagonist, so you probably you do have, like, your own, like, superpowers still, maybe. Who knows? And of course, that meant that I had to escape. As for the method, well, I closed my eyes and focused on my inner self. I subconsciously mastered it. It melted into my consciousness so well that I didn't know how to describe it anymore. Which is precisely why I knew for certain that nothing was working. I couldn't activate, form or connect to Mari's consciousness. Yeah, she's gone. Was it because Reinhardt destroyed the guillotine? Seeing how I myself was alive, I hoped she would be too. That might have been too naive on my part though. So yeah, so he probably... Okay, so he does not... So with Mari gone, he also lost his, like, supernatural powers, like strength, regeneration, and stuff like this, right? Mari was the source there, here. On the other hand, in the previous road, that was like... During the last fight, it was like... Kinda hinted, I guess, that he might have, like, his own, like, thing. And I said this actually in the previous road as well, like, Ren can be, like, transcendent, and, like, Mari can be transcendent, right? Maybe they create hegemony, like, thing. Yeah, I talked about this in the previous episode, actually. So I was in this fucked up situation, nothing more than a normal human being. Yeah. The self-loathing and derision made me want to flagellate myself. I felt so pathetic I could only laugh. My own prowess made my stomach turn. Why the hell did they lock me up? What use would they have for someone as useless as pathetic? More importantly, I was defeated and had her taken away from me right before my eyes. Then what became of Kasumi, Shiro, Father Trifa and Himuro? Well, Father Trifa is against you, so... why care about him? I had to calm down. Losing her shouldn't render me completely powerless. Was I really that dependent on her? No, I wanted to support her. So how come I felt so useless just because my voice no longer reached her? Well, you say you want to, like, support her, but in both roads, in previous roads, you literally forgot about her existence. And she's been silent, like, moping around. Because you forgot about her. You heartless bastard. The sound of my own breathing annoyed me. My racing heart felt like it was beating right next to my ears. Hardly the most pleasant thing to listen to. Slow down, goddammit. Normally, shake of my head would have taken care of it, but the tight bindings, coupled with overarching pain, made even that impossible. What was I to do? What would happen to me now? And what happens to Mari and Shiro? Was there anything I could do? I was so mad, my consciousness began to fade. Fuck, at this rate Oh, suddenly my body froze. I even forgot to breathe. If I hadn't been bound, I'm sure he'd have jumped up. Someone opened the door. My eyes were wide open. I didn't even blink. My gaze followed the direction the sound came from. Or is there someone in the cell? And also like a prisoner maybe, he didn't realize. However, I didn't need to look up to know who it was. The creaking of the hinges, the opening of the heavy door made of steel. Okay, so it is a door. Someone opened the door to this room. I panicked so much that my thoughts were scrambled and I didn't even hear the person approaching. Behind the abruptly open door, I spotted a small silhouette, bathing in the light from the outside. The only small character could be Rusauka or Rhea, and I don't think they would allow Rhea to go meet with Ren in the cell. It was a single person bathed in the light was someone I could recognize anywhere. The fading outline matched with the image I was familiar with and fixed her with my vision. Oh. Never mind. Shit! I was wrong. Also, she had the ceremony robes. Already? Why so early? Why she have the ceremony robes so early? Did we time skipped? Okay, so now Ren will be more anxious and more confused because Red is yeah, good evening, I see that you're bleeding and you're broken and don't have a lot of fun, but yeah, good morning, good evening. And she's cold. Yeah, at least she seems cold from the outside, right? Huh. So they actually let her meet with Ren. This is unexpected. A face I knew well, a voice I could mistake. However, all feelings of familiarity were overwritten by the taste of despair. She was the one person I didn't want to see in my current situation. Yeah. The tone of that whisper was no different from the usual. Yeah, I wasn't surprised. My calmness made me realize that I had given up on something right then and there. This place I belonged to was robbed me and shattered beyond repair. My life was flipping between the ordinary and the extraordinary, like the game of Reversi. That was the last thread of hope to my day-to-day life, and her appearance here made it finally get consumed by the darkness. A part of me was glad though. Having given up like this, I no longer had anything to lose. I could stare into the reality before me without any heavy sentimentalities weighting me down. The unchanged monotonous of her tone prevented me from getting a grasp of her emotions. The mysterious side of her that used to be charming and attractive had turned eerie and ominous. Nope. Yeah. That's how Rhea is. Rhea is still Rhea. I could expect that answer. I nearly forgot my situation and let my tension slip away. Himura was acting as arrogant as she was in everyday life. However, I couldn't let myself get caught in the flow. I couldn't let this turn into a standard episode from a high school drama flick. I moved my body and made the chains rattle.
けど私は
Yeah.
藤井君の敵じゃない。
Yeah, she's right about this actually. I wonder if Ren will like actually believe this, because he don't have really reason to believe this, right? At this point, at least right now, he can like see this as like being this deception basically. This whole time when she was like in school, she was just like hiding her true intentions and stuff. Yeah, he might feel like this. I wonder if he will believe her or not. The fact that those words served my heart was absolutely embarrassing. I couldn't let my guard down. I couldn't take anyone at face value. It was a game of deception, with difficulty to set to ultra hard. Not too impossible though. One careless move would send me straight to a bad end. Which was why...
じゃあトリファ神父は
Yeah, he is kinda my enemy. Yeah, she's like silent. She do not want to... Yeah, like... The dynamic between like Rhea and Trifa is so interesting and good actually. Trifa is like not aware that he's caring about Rhea, and Rhea is actually caring about Trifa. This is so, like, she knows he's bad and like she don't want to do what he wants and everything, but she still like kind of wants to save him, like respect him, save him and everything, you know? I like how the very first road like established this relation, like it gives like a roots, maybe not the roots, but in general relation between Rhea and Trifa. In the very first road, Kimura and that priest lived in the same church, and now she had just walked into the room where he had locked me up. That means she was just like him, a white chess piece, than black. That was by far the most logical conclusion.
彼は俺の敵だった。俺は負けてここに連れてこられた。そしてその場所に先輩が現れた。あの神父との関係を説明してもらえませんか？話はそれからです。
Okay.
私の名付け親。
本当のことを教えてください。馬鹿し合いはもうたくさんだ。
嘘はついてないよ。
She answered with a perfect poker face. Her eyes were fixed on me, and I saw neither strength nor weakness within her gaze. Her pupils akin to wintry lakes made me feel uneasy. Not good. I was the one interrogating her, damn it.
知っていたんですよね。
I gave my all to fight against it. Even made my question as blunt as possible to prevent her noticing my hastening heartbeat.
神父のこと、あの連中のこと。
藤井君、さっきから私のことはどうでもいいみたいだね。
Yeah, like he don't even like ask like why you're here. Are you here like against your will? Did they blackmail you? What's your role in this? He's all about like, who is my enemy? Are you my enemy? Like, is Trifa my enemy? Yeah, but yeah, being like in Ren's situation, I guess this is like logical way to do these events, basically, right? Like, you cannot expect him to like be all like, you know, caring about Rhea at this point, like right now, after everything what happened. But yeah, we know that this is sad, but yeah. Her question got me off guard.
私に関係のない人たちの話ばかり。
Okay.
それは
Now that was a childish thing to say. For some reason though, I couldn't string a proper response to that. Was it because maybe, just maybe, she wasn't actually lying to me?
それに最初から私が君を騙したり裏切ったり
Yeah,
そういうことをすると
I mean,
思ってる。
granting current situation, who can blame Ren, to be honest? It's like, it's going to be hard to believe, basically, Rhea, right? When he's trapped here and she just like showed up like this, like without like caring. I mean, she does care, but without like, you know what I mean. Okay, I'm not going to explain that. You know the situation. Let's just read. I'm talking too much. I said that this is going to be short episode. It's like 45 minutes. Oh, and I have to like actually end soon. Oh shit. Okay, I think I might have to cut this episode actually and record less later. Fuck. Okay, I talked way too much today. This is bad. You know what? I will actually cut here and I will record the rest of the episode later. So this episode is going to be way later than I thought it's going to be. But yeah. So be right back. For me it's going to be like 3 hours or so until I come back to this. For you it's going to be just like one cut, so be right back. Okay, and I'm back, so let's do it. Let's try to finish the episode, shall we? I can't really deny that. The resentment, the fear, and all the other emotions that were swirling within me. I felt them subside and lower my tension.
先輩がこの場所にいるって事実がどうもしっくりこなくて。
そんなに不思議？
It is. My eyes had already grown completely used to the darkness. The architecture of the stony prison walls and ceilings seems somehow familiar. Oh, she's just like saying that I'm in the chapel, so yeah, it's like not really weird. I'm just like where I live.
ここは教会で。
Yeah.
それは分かってます。
そう。だったら私が自分の家にいるのは自然でしょ。
問題はそれじゃなくて。
My instincts were screaming that I was about to be caught in a really bad trap. Although I could probably chalk that up to my head finally having gotten completely fried and rendered utterly useless. Kimber was so close to me, in both mind and body. She was closer to me than ever before.
先輩に悪意がなくて、でも俺を助けてくれる気もないって言うなら。
Why did you come to the cell? I voiced the question, plunging my heart.
藤井君、単刀直入に言うね。
Okay. She spoke, her breath reaching my nose. It was so sweet and fresh that I felt like my own breathing would stop. Her allure made my heart turn restless.
私を抱いてほしいの。
Okay. Okay. The word came so suddenly. I had to take a moment to process them. Yeah, I'm with Ren. Even I was surprised. I could sound like that. That one sentence nearly made me forget the situation I was in. Yeah, he's like not technically in the shape to actually do that, Reara, you know? Which only proven how unexpected her request was. Also, why? Is it because, like, they need another Sonnenkind, maybe? So she wants to give birth to another Sonnenkind? But they want to use her slash Kasumi for now, at least Rifa wants, anyway? And Kasumi can bear another Sonnenkind, but I guess if there's option they would like to Rea to have the Sonnenkind child, not Kasumi, so they will use Kasumi now and Rea for a birth of the next Sonnenkind. I guess, right?
単刀直入じゃないね。少し抽象的だったかな。
A weird comment on her own wording barely even mattered to me. She asked me to take her, but that could only mean.
多分君の考えてる想像であって。
Yeah, probably, yeah.
反応も
Okay.
欲しいよ。
Okay, I'm not exactly in the shape, you know?
な、
I couldn't even begin to understand her. What was her position, her goal? Why did we have to do it here and now? Okay, question. Does the normal version of the game have an age scene here? Is she like using the fact that like Ren is restricted and like she have her way anyway?
難しく考えないで。今はそのためだけの女だと
Okay.
思ってくれて構わない。
It's very open, this road.
そんな
Something was off. Something was really off about her. Then again, that could be said about pretty much everything around me at this point. But all of it paled in comparison to the idea of doing it with Humoro in our current circumstances. I wonder if, like... What if, like... They will, like, use Area as the sacrifice for the ritual, as they always want. But... Because we don't really know what's happening to Kasumi right now. I think, like, she's irrelevant at this point. At least, like, for this road for now. So, maybe if Rhea gets pregnant, then maybe they will not use her as a sacrifice. That's the thought process here. Because they would like to, like, rather have another Sonnenkind for future and use now someone else. So it's like her way of survival, basically. That's why it feels off for Ren.
精神は肉体の玩具なんだって。そういう言い訳もあるみたいよ。
Her advances showed no hint of hesitation. Feeling the weight of her volition, I realized that her approach was neither joke nor whim.
ダメだ
I tried to understand what felt so abnormal about her. The warm fingertips tracing my cheek, the humidity in her gaze, all of it made me feel uneasy. Almost as if I was looking at a little child overcome with desperation.
どうして
藤井君には関係ないことだよ。
Yeah? That couldn't be true. Himura was acting way too weird. She was trembling with fear. She might have been looking straight in my eyes, but she wasn't seeing me. She was like a lost girl frantically running away from something.
動かないで。脱がせにくいから。
Okay, I'm convinced at this point that there is H scene in normal version.
そんなこと
There must be. Did she even consider the circumstances? My situation wasn't light enough for something like this. The mentality supporting those reasonable thoughts was growing ever more distant, turning dimmer with each passing second. She was looking at me with eyes half shut, paralyzing my body and rendering me silent. The fingers she placed on my cheek were shaking. Her eyes were barren. She was holding it all in, refusing to tell me a single thing. However, the abruptness of her current actions were so like her usual self that I couldn't help but get a heartache.
一体
Her movements came to a halt at my question, though seemingly not due to
いら
hesitation.
ないんだよ。藤井君。理由なんていらないの。
Kimura leveled her gaze with mine as she went on, her voice but whisper.
軽蔑してくれていいから。
そんなこと
I couldn't, there was no way I could listen to the words of someone who then seems to hold a silver hope.
今だけで。
She was about to say something, but then suddenly stopped. She seems to be lost in thought to the point where it seems like she got completely shut out the outside world. It was a state completely unique to her, as well as undeniable proof that the person before me was indeed Rea Humuro. Alright then, how would I deal with this?
ダメだ
I keep thinking and thinking and thinking, but in the end, could only shake my head. No amount of thinking could make it seem less strange. I felt like there was no rhyme or reason to her actions, and I couldn't bring myself to believe that anything good could come out of this. Also, above all, I was deeply worried about Mari. Okay. I'm surprised that you still remember Mari. Usually at this point you already forgot about her. She wasn't with me. I clearly remembered how the monstrous gold broke the guillotine and made her shatter into little pieces. Okay, I guess like the big traumatic event helps remembering stuff, yeah. What had become of her since then? From the fact that I was still breathing, I could assume that she too was alive. The idea that she died filled me with paralyzing uneasiness.
今更だよ、藤井君。
Oh, she knows what he thinks? Frankly, I found humor advances to be very attractive. However,
皿なんかじゃないさ。
I don't want to lose anyone from our group. I didn't want those bastards to take anyone away from me, so I couldn't play along with humor and desperation. After all,
諦めてないんだ。俺は。
That was why I couldn't let her complete her punishment to herself. It would be way too pathetic for me to give up and let her have her way with me. I might have looked miserable, but the fang in my heart was still sharp. I looked her straight in the eyes, imploring her to believe me. Okay, maybe there is no age scene actually? Or they really wrote this like very smooth, you know? And made the cut in a place where I didn't realize that there was an age scene. Okay, that sounded like that could be the age scene. After staring at each other for a while, she, though it didn't seem like she actually listened to me, backed away. Okay, maybe there was no? Not?
言っておくけど、
I wonder.
私、諦めてないからね。
変な拗ね方しないでくださいよ。
うるさいよ、バカ。
Okay.
藤井君なんか嫌いだ。
Okay, maybe there was no age scene actually. But it looked like it could be. I felt like there wasn't the first time she told me that. Ah. Anyway, it seems like I got her into a state I could converse with. I had no idea why she was trying to do it with me, but I figured being honest was the best course of action here, so
その元気そうでよかったですよ。心配してたし、気にしてた。また先輩と話せて嬉しい。
she looked away and nodded while hanging her head in embarrassment. I pretended to ignore that and went
ていう
on.
かここ前にも思ったけど忍者屋敷みたいなとこですね。抜け道とか地下牢とかこんな状況じゃなかったらそれと先輩のその格好は一体どこを目指してるんですか？
Yeah.
刺激的っていうか
If I had to find other comparisons, I would go for Shrine Maiden, Shaman, or what was it again? Oh, right, Druid.
祭壇とかの上に乗せられて祈ってそうなイメージ。
つまり、
She cut me off before I could say how perfect of a feat it was for someone living in a church.
生贄っぽいって言いたいんでしょ。
Yeah. No way, I never think that. Her unexpected response rendered me completely speechless.
冗談。
Yeah, sure. Was she really though? The amount of feeling poured into her tone seems way beyond the level of a meager joke. There was resignation, there was ridicule, there was cursing. Then there was a hint of lament and anger. She wasn't one to show a lot of emotion in our daily life, so I didn't think my ears deceived me.
いいよ、もう。きっと、ツケが回ってきちゃったんだと思う。
Getting my desserts. Okay.
この1年半くらい、楽しかったよね、藤井君。
Yeah, she sounds like she's about to die. Yeah, pretty much. Did we really time skipped? Like, did we really time skipped? There's no way. A year and a half since I enrolled into the school and met her
時
there.
間が止まればいいと思った。
Wait until like he master his third degree or something. Maybe he will stop time, who knows. Or he will change it into I don't like Reinhardt and he will just destroy Reinhardt like that, because that's what he did last road, pretty much. Like actually yeah, last road like Ren craving changed from the transcendent type to hegemony, so the changing type is a thing, because from like stopping the time for yourself, for like inside of you, he went into like, yeah, basically I don't like Reinhardt. And like he could not like do anything, right? Or like the castle and stuff. The words that a certain idiot thought on a daily basis. But the earth continued to rotate and time continued to flow. All that had to end would eventually reach it.
私、あまり怒ったりしないんだけど、いくつか許せないことがあるんだ。
She looked at me. I could spot the self-derision in her
そ
tone.
れは、君に会ったこと。
Oh.
カール・クラフトが許せない。
Okay. Who? I puzzled by the unfamiliar name, but she paid no heed to my confusion and continued to speak. I wonder how much she knows. Does she know that he's like Agner Bere, that he's like created by Mercurius? Is that a thing? Does she knows that?
どうして君なの？
She definitely knows that. She sounds like she knows that. Well, Rea, you know quite a lot for someone who's apparently kept in the dark for most of the time. She touched my cheek and continued to quietly ward her grudges.
私、君のこと嫌い。でも、この気持ちは私のものなの？私に優しい君の気持ちは。
Do you love Teresia or not? Yeah, this is what Trifa said. The same question was asked by Valeria Trifa, the divine vessel. What did she know? What was she saying? What did I want to know?
君と一緒にいるのが楽しいって思う私が一番許せない。だからきっと悪いのは私なんだね。ツケが回ってきた。だって君がどうだろうと、たとえ普通の男の子でも今が来ればもう会えないって分かってたんだもん。
Okay, this is weird. So first of all, yeah, definitely she knows that Ren is not normal, no matter what you are, even if you are just a normal. I knew that I would never see you again when the present catch up. She sounds like this is the future and the present is like following them? What kind of weird concept is that?
時間が止まればいい。今がやってこなければいい。たとえやってきてもね、藤井くん。君も、綾瀬さんも、遊佐くんも。
Okay.
友達のまま、さよならできるだろうから。それはそれでいいや、ずるいね。汚いね。私って。だから今、こんな風に。
先輩。
She looked down and bit her lip, trembling as she cradled her own shoulders with her arms. The gist of what she just said was that she knew the crazy events surrounding us were going to happen. However, she didn't expect me to be part of it too. Not a moment within our daily life together was a lie, and the fact that it had been so mercilessly destroyed pinned her to no end. It was making her hate both me and herself. Then, what did she mean by bringing up the scenario where I'm a normal student, or by saying that a group could have made our friendly goodbyes? It felt almost as if as she or the rest of us, or maybe both, were going to disappear for good.
もう言いたいのは、いや、君が嫌がること。できない。そうするのが一番いいって分かってるのに、君が拒むから。
Okay. Saying that, Himuro zipped up my pants. Okay, so there was the edge scene. Okay. Definitely there was. Now I'm more convinced to that part. Okay. Saying that, Himuro zipped up my pants, fastened my belt, fixed my clothes, and looked at me, as if to say that she wouldn't do anything more. So she did something. Then, after getting into a more comfortable posture, she put up on a bashful smile and pressed lips against mine.
分かってね、藤井くん。負けないで。
Okay.
もう、 それしかないよ。
The kiss lasted only for a moment. It was less of a touch and more of a light grace. I tried to reach out to her as she stood up, but my binds restrained me, and I could do nothing but watch as she walked away from me without looking back. While silently walking away from the cell, Rhea noticed something strange around her. I will just cut what I just said and I will just continue. Okay, I wanted to end the episode, but I will just continue a little bit more. No, that expression was unbefitting her case, or what she felt was part of her daily life. Of it may have been, but hardly unusual. She had always felt as if someone was watching her, observing each and every second of her life, regardless of where she was, whose company she shared, and what she was doing. Even at that moment, she felt the presence of a woman ridiculing her, a disinterested man, and the woman doing her best not to show emotion. Rhea was within the range of hearing and field of vision of those human-like creatures, as they focused their directed roundabout attention to her on her. But that wasn't all. Okay, so LDO members are like checking the parameters, I guess. She also felt that she seems like what seemed like felt fate itself. A cliche as that sounded, though, she had no intention of decorating her situation with such gaudy descriptions. Basically, she was prisoner of something she was unable to describe. A bird in a cage, owned by something beyond herself. That particular something was so grand that the focus of those people and their gazes engulfing her at the moment weren't even worth the attention. It was ordinary. It was her day-to-day life, ever unchanging, no more than a slightly annoying inconvenience she could easily ignore. Or so she thought. It made her angry, drove her up to the wall right to the limit of bearability. Her self-restraint was shrieking at her patience, almost started to break. The ridiculing woman was fine, the disinterested man too, and though the one showing no emotion was rubbing her the wrong way, it wasn't enough for her to not tolerate her. Oh, that's Kay. Okay, not showing emotion. Okay, yeah. I was like wondering who she means. Her problem lay with the other two. One was a woman acting oblivious, pretending to see and hear nothing. Or that's Kay? Red didn't actually feel her presence, but exactly because of the lack of her attention, she was able to see the woman's stance on her situation. And in all honesty, it felt like a sick joke. What was Rhea supposed to take from this? If the woman had the emotional capacity to sympathize with her and respect her privacy, why wasn't she trying to help? Why wasn't she speaking up? In the end, she was just a hypocrite, only good at hesitating and worrying. If she was unable to or refused to do anything, Rhea would have preferred she stopped acting like she understood her. Maybe Kasumi? I don't know. And that was the one man Rhea had more problems with than anyone else. He grieved, he lamented. He was a pervert with his shade of sorrow, with the expression of pure ecstasy on his face, acting like he became a virtuous saint blessed with a heavy trail from God. The man wallowed in his own pain like an alcohol enthusiast in fine wine. Okay, this is Tripa. Was she candy to him? Poisonous, yet too sweet to pass up. Enough with the sick jokes. That part of him was truly.
大嫌い。
She stopped, glared into the darkness and squeezed out those words.
嫌いだよ、みんな。死んじゃえばいい。
Damn. I guess LDO members, huh? That hurts, doesn't it? Upsets you, doesn't it? but you like that, right? What? Be happy then. Laugh. Sure, you're always smiling, but that's just mask, right? But will you get it anyway? I want one too. Woo! She continued staring daggers at the darkness for dozens of seconds, but then she got disinterested by the lack of response and decided to make her leave. But then?
リザとは仲良くしなさい。これは命令です。
Okay. So she do not like Lisa, huh? The one smiling, right? He always smiles.
うるさい。
Her voice, as she said that, was loud enough to surprise even herself. The priest warned her she would eventually come to regret it
後
otherwise.
悔って何？後で悔やむの後っていつ？私にそんなものが。
Her shout got drowned out by his arrogant
彼
words.
女がいなくなってしまえば、誰が朝寝坊なあなたを起こして学校に行かせるのですか？
うるさいバカ。もう話しかけないでバカ。
Yelling that, Rhea stormed off into the darkness. With that, the presence of the sneering woman, the disinterested man, and the emotionless woman vanished like the mist. So, sneering woman is K. Disinterested man is Trifa. Emotionless woman is Lisa. Right? I think. However, the considerate woman who hid her presence slowly started to follow Rhea as the darkness welcomed her. The man who had just told her that he was hated saw the spectacle, and it made him wear a wry smile. So someone's following her, huh? Okay, as fleeting as it was, I could still feel humorous smell tickling my nose. Okay, and we're back to Ren. Thinking about like stuff that happened to him and about stuff that they talked about. So yeah, anyway, thank you everyone for being with me. I'm going to end the episode. Very interesting start of the Mari Road. Very interesting. We are captured instantly under the church. Rhea is already in like sacrificial outfit. What is happening? And Rhea knows who Ren is, or at least what he is, and how he's related to Karl Kraft or Mercurius. Okay, I'm really curious what's going to happen next. So yeah, and who will like save him basically, right? Because he's trapped, so we can, I guess, count on Shiro only, or I don't know about who, but yeah, like I think like my prediction for this is going to be that Shiro will just kick this door out and he like grab us out of here. Like this guy is mad, right? So yeah, I can imagine madness like that from him. So yeah, anyway, thank you everyone for being with me, and I will see you all in the next episode of the Irae. So leave a like if you like the episode, subscribe if you're not subscribed. You can also become a patron if you'd like to support me, and check my Discord, which is in the description. And yeah, thank you everyone once again for the Pocket Watch. Let's go out.